What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but we're back in the saddle, and I've been going pretty ham on Roblox as of late. I've been playing a lot of this game called Anime Champion Simulator, and their newest big update just released yesterday, which was the release of Galaxy 3. And I just wanted to make a quick video with some tips on how I navigated Galaxy 3, and how I found the best way to be efficient in everything to farm. Right off the bat, if you're looking to try to build that Astro Pity, I like to run Dungeon 4. It is very easy to solo now that you can level up your guys to 260. The dungeons didn't seem to scale like the raids did, so you can fly through Dungeon 4 in record pace. You'll notice this little purple room to the right. This is where I always go. It's a great room to roll on because the egg is very cheap and it'll build up that pity in no time. Especially with the current 3.5x luck event going on, and with the arrival of the new mini potions, it makes farming these much more efficient. With the release of Galaxy 3, we also got a new mode called the Infinity Tower, which is amazing to farm for all sorts of materials. They arrive every 15 and 45 minutes on the hour, and they're always good to run every chance you get. The Infinity Tower is actually starting soon, so we'll get out of the dungeon and head over there now so I can show you guys how it goes. The portal to the tower is located right next to the diamond orb in Champion City. You just head inside and wait for the timer at the top right to finish counting down, and the trial will start. It is a very server and team-friendly activity, whereas everybody that comes in will get rewarded no matter who's doing the damage, or if you're just kind of leeching on it, everybody will get rewarded just the same. When the trial begins, you're just gonna chill here and let your team auto-farm till they can't quite push within a reasonable pace anymore. And you'll just leave and collect the rewards. It may seem like a high-end activity, but you will notice the enemies start with relatively low HP, and they'll start to scale, so it is possible to do this with a relatively weak team as well. You just won't be able to reach quite as high as somebody that's a little bit farther along. We are starting to slow down on the clear speed. You will get rewarded every 5 floors with a chest. So you want to go until every 5th floor. I go up until about floor 40 after you've collected the final chest and you are ready to leave. Just click on that teleport button and teleport out. When you load in, you'll be able to see all the rewards you got, things like mini potions, skins. I don't believe you can get any of the cosmic skins from this one, but runes, it is very possible to get cosmic runes, as I've got quite a few from this activity already. And I think the Infinity Tower is just much more efficient than farming runes in the dungeon. And it's much more enjoyable, at least the way I like to play. I have also purchased the 2x runes game pass with 60,000 diamonds. I don't believe this works with the chest in the tower, so unless you plan on actively farming runes in the treasure rooms of the dungeon, I'd say you can go ahead and skip on this game pass. Another thing people have been having issues with is getting the new dimensional currency for Galaxy 3. The easiest way I found to get the currency is actually by doing the raids of Entertainment City. The raids have been scaled up pretty drastically, but the easiest way to think of it is if the difficulty has been raised by 1. So if you were previously farming Impossible, Impossible has now been moved to Hard. If you were rocking Nightmare, hey, nice job. Go ahead and move down to Impossible. Nightmare is basically the Torment difficulty, and I don't even want to know what Torment is like now. I can do Impossible difficulty pretty comfortably, so we're going to go ahead and head on in, and I'll show you guys real quick how much currency this will net us. The coin modifiers now work with all currency, so the higher your coin modifier, the more currency you'll actually get from doing the raids as well. The raid is also a very efficient way to complete the quest. I've already finished them, so I unfortunately can't give you a good example, but if you need to kill, say, 20 of the boss units, you can actually just do the raid 20 times on whatever difficulty is easy for you, and finish the quest that way, instead of killing the boss in the open world area. After finishing up this raid, and collecting our loot, you'll see with just 1 minute of farming, we got about 1.9 million of the dimensional shards. And with the orbs in Entertainment City only costing 1,000 per roll, 1,900 rolls for a minute of farming, ain't that bad, chief. I actually want to show you guys the new location of things in Champion City as well. Starting with the Star Devourer portal, now being next to the Secret Merchant, which Makes a lot more sense because the currency you get from the Devourer can now be used just right next door. The more damage you do as well will also net you the Ascension 4 and 5 cards. So it's actually worth trying to shoot for a higher damage number instead of just sitting on top of the Devourer and letting him pummel you for 3 minutes straight. Next to the raid area, you'll now find the dungeon portal as well. So you no longer have to go to the second galaxy town to go to the dungeons. You can do it from the comfort of Champion City. You also may notice in your challenges menu, you'll now have Infinity Trial rewards and raid rewards as well. The raid rewards will increase your meadow capacity by 1,000 each time, and if you farmed a lot of meadows, you'll know how low that cap already felt. I personally don't think an extra few thousand is really worth it. I think it should have been maybe an extra 5,000 per achievement level. The Infinity Trials will net you a bunch of different rewards, but the main draw of it is after beating floor 50, you'll get an extra unit slot, increasing your max amount of units possible to 10. And it also will unlock a new Harmony level as well. You'll also notice the Titles tab, which will show you a bunch of equipable titles you've earned. I would have loved to actually see these titles award you some bonuses, even if they were really small. Maybe something like, after opening 1,000 cosmic capsules and getting the title, your Astro chances raised by 0.01%, or maybe your capsules will now have a chance to open twice. Something not too game-breaking, but still entertaining enough to make people want to actually go out and achieve these titles. Lastly, I did want to show you guys my current team setup that I've been running, which consists of 6 punch characters, a scaling character, and 2 mage characters. I also did manage to roll the atomic quirk on my Angel of Death, which I will go over that in just a little bit. But basically my team setup synergizes with punch very well. So if you look at all of my punch characters, they all have warrior for both of their equipment. They all have Titan and Boxer, as well as runes, which always stay on effect and benefits punchers. So my Naruto, for example, has crit damage by 50% for all champions. My second one here has increased all champions damage by 20%. My Astro protagonist here has Exterminator 6, which increases all crit damage by 50% again. These do not stack, but this was the best I had. The other one I'm on the lookout for is Kingslayer. I didn't get a good one of that yet, so I will swap this one out when the chance presents itself. So ignore the fact that I have 2 of those. I know it doesn't work. The next one we have here is Assault, which increases all my champions' punch damage by 135%. Really good for a punch team. We have my Demon Princess here, which gives all champions increased attack speed by 26%. Scaling Champion, of course, doesn't benefit from anything, but I do have her on my strongest Astral here. So it is basically another punch champion with the most damage. I have my Tyrant Wolf here with the Divinity. Increases all equipped champions' ability damage by 250%. This one I cannot wait to get rid of because, again, I'm a punch character. I don't want ability damage in my build. And stun damage plus 31% is really terrible. It's so bad that they got rid of this line in the most recent patch. So as soon as I can get that out, I will in a heartbeat. My mages, I will probably be changing the quirks on them a bit. Right now, one of my mages has Crimson Demon and Titan. I believe I am going to try to change this out for Black Hole, so the charge speed gets faster. And the next one, I might make them secondary DPS as Boxers. Because if you check out my runes here, on ability use, equipped champion gains a 75% crit damage buff. So that only really will benefit my punch characters. It's not going to benefit them at all. So if I make them secondary punch characters, they will benefit from the ability cast as well. My second mage here gives all equipped champions 200% punch damage on ability use. And if you notice on the inspection here, you can see their ability duration. I tried to go with low duration characters. That way they can just cast the ability, get the effect of the rune, and get right back into fighting so they can help the DPS as well. This one as well, it's 7.92, a little bit higher than I would like, but still on the lower end of the ability scale. So if we run those with the Boxer and Black Hole, it'll make our team much more efficient. I'm actually going to show you guys how it runs as well. So if we come to the punching bag here, you'll notice my paper DPS on the screen is 39 Omega Alpha. If we go ahead and start fighting this thing here, let's also turn off auto ability casting for now. We're going to let them do their thing, and we're going to wait for this to charge up. How much it charges doesn't really matter, because we're not really going for the damage. So you're mostly going to want to just keep spamming the skill as soon as it's off cooldown. You will notice our damage is 39 Omega Alpha, our strongest Astro 7.36, our next is 6.62. As soon as we pop this guy, and they get their damage buffs off, you'll now see our paper DPS at 48.2, and our damage goes to 8.97 and 8.31. And as soon as we get it up again, you'll see we can still have 48.2, and we can keep spamming our abilities. So we're always going to have it up. So we keep spamming it, back to 48.2. So we're basically always going to be buffing ourselves, and the shorter we can get our ability duration, the better it's going to be for everybody. Along with that, Atomic, I will put up a little Discord thing here showing you guys what it is, and I'm going to explain it. I never really got to use the Angel of Death to see what the Atomic really does, because I don't really care to have a magic team. And even though the Atomic is here now, I don't plan on building a magic team. I will wait for the Astral Punch quirk to come out. So I'm not going to be changing my team much, even though I got this Atomic. I'm probably not even going to put the Angel of Death in. But yeah, going over the Atomic real quick. I apologize in advance if you guys can't see the screen very well. I tried to crop it from Discord as much as possible. But if you notice when we logged in from Galaxy 3 and we accepted the boss quest, that we got 2 free fusion champions. It wasn't a mistake. They actually wanted us to have these champions, so we will be keeping them. And if you already had these champions to begin with, that's perfect, because you can use them as duplicates to ascend them to 4-star and 5-star respectively. Because the 4-star Ascension will require a duplicate of the character, as well as 50 Cosmic Essence and 50 of the Ascension cards for the 4-star. 5-star Ascension will require the same duplicate, but double the currency and double the cards. Both of these Ascensions will increase the talent cap, which is the stats, by 25% each. So at Max Ascension 5, instead of having a 150 stat cap, you will get a 200 stat cap, which will be a massive increase in damage, actually, if you manage to get all 200. You can obtain the cards from the Devourer, the Star Devourer, and the Merchant, Star Devourer Merchant, as well as from various quests. I don't remember if I got the cards from doing Galaxy 3 quests, but I imagine I did. I don't quite remember. Finally, the Astral Quirk Atomic. It gives plus 300 for 50% base damage, plus 1,000 ability damage, 40% crit chance, and 200% crit damage. Actually really strong if you are running any types of mages. I think for a mage team, I don't quite see why people are saying to run Titan. I could be missing something, but Titan, from what I see, lowers your ability damage, and it also only really gives you the crit damage multiplier that I can see helping a mage. So I think it'd be much more efficient to go with Atomic Crimson Demon if you plan on making a nuker mage, because the cooldown will be on the slower side, but you will have max damage capacity with the ability damage and the crit damage from both of those. Whereas if you want to try to be kind of a rapid fire spell mage, you could go Atomic and Black Hole for the charge speed, and you can kind of have like a rapid fire spellcasters, because the charge speed will make the spells come up a good amount faster. I could see going a Black Hole Atomic team against bosses to kind of lower that stun bar to get it down much quicker. If you did a nuking team, I could see you wanting to wait till that stun bar is all the way down and then just popping your spells as soon as it's done to get the maximum damage out of it. But other than that, guys, I think that covers everything that's happened in Galaxy 3. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below, and I'll probably either edit this video or just make like another quick little video to touch on things I haven't. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because it'll help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.